You might have seen the scene: Buffalo Bill, a mirror, a woman in agony trapped in a well. And in the background, a song like any other, echoing through cinema history. The voice was unforgettable, ethereal, mournful, powerful. But the woman behind it? A complete mystery. Some claimed she was a New York taxi driver, others believed she disappeared after recording just one song, some others imagined more tragic fates. For years, Q Lazzarus was a ghost. All that remained was this song. And today, we are uncovering the mystery behind Goodbye Horses. Released in 1988, Goodbye Horses was written and produced by William Garvey and sung by Q Lazzarus. The song speaks of transcendence, moving beyond the physical world, the ego, even death. Its shimmering synth layers and hypnotic rhythm made it unforgettable, yet it remained underground until 1991, when director Jonathan Demme used it in Silence of the Lambs. It is important to mention that this song was also featured before in the movie Married to the Mob. But in Silence of the Lambs, that single moment cemented it as a cult classic, and forever fused it with one horror cinema's most chilling scenes. For years, fans wondered what happened to Q Lazzarus, but in 2022, the veil was finally lifted. Director Eva Aridjis had the same question of where she was, and found her when requesting an Uber car, and did a documentary revealing all aspects of her life. Goodbye Horses, The Many Lives of Q Lazzarus is a portrait of a life lived far from the spotlight. She lived a life as unconventional as her music. She tried to make it in the mainstream, but the mainstream wasn't prepared for her. She lived in the streets of New York, had an addiction to drugs, but then recovered, at a point that she even wanted to make a comeback in music business and go on tour. Sadly, she passed away in 2022. In my studio, I'm recreating Goodbye Horses using a Digitakt loaded with Linn 9000 samples, a Roland Juno-60, and a Casio MA-220 tone bank keyboard. Today, we are exploring a fascinating song, one that I like a lot, and one that I remember I listened to it on the radio, then I listened to it on the movie Silence of the Lambs, and then actually first on Married to the Mob, and I didn't know who that artist was. I remember recording from the radio that song, kept that tape for years, and never find out anything about it until 2 years ago that there was a documentary about this artist, and I highly recommend you to watch that, and we're gonna find out here what happened to Q Lazzarus. We're gonna recreate our song. In the documentary, I remember Q Lazzarus talk very briefly about the instruments that she used for this song, and she said that she recorded this in her house with like house studio equipment, and she said that she had a Casio synth and she made the melody and basically the song with that. I'm actually trying to do something similar. I don't know what synth she used, what Casio keyboard she used, but I'm using this guy. So this is actually Casio keyboards can be surprising because you see them as toys, but actually they've been used by so many artists, and I think they have actually sounds that are really cool. And an example of this is this song by Q Lazzarus. So let's start and let's record our track. Okay, so now we're gonna record the drums, and actually for that, I don't have the drum machine, but I do have the samples of the Linn 9000. And this is actually the drum. I'm gonna show you the samples here so you can see what I'm talking about. See, Linn 9000 kit. So I have different sounds here that you can hear. There is a cabasa and a hi-hat, a close hi-hat. So I'm gonna play it for you. I already programmed it here. And that's pretty much it. The drums don't change at all. It's just a loop that goes for the entire track. Okay, and I was able to find out actually a sound that is a sound number 78 here. That is pop lead. So I think we're gonna have actually a very good sound here for this part of the song you will recognize. So we have this part. I might need to add a little more on post-production using plugins from Logic Pro, but I think we have this here. And here what I did is the patch bank number that I have, that is the number 41. And I just muffle it a little bit because it was a little with more attack. So I cut the attack, a little bit of the release, and well, I mean, I just cut pretty much everything on the envelope. And what I did here is the LFO, it was all the way down. So if you can hear here, let me actually put it in a hold mode. This is an arpeggio. So it was like this. But here you can see there's more movement. If I go all the way up, there's gonna be a lot. But in the song, it's just a little bit. Okay, so then we have this part that is the little arrangements, and I was able to just modify the envelope. That's it. Just to cut. It's this part, and then we have this part. Thank you so much, and see you in another nostalgic exploration.